Guys, welcome to the show. We have Ashton Buswell in the house again.
That's what's up.
Stoked to have you here, brother.
Excited to be here, man.
Thanks for appearing on the show. Guys, Ashton is a VP of Legacy Solar. He has now launched the new brand Door Destroyer. Can I talk about the other one too?
Yeah? Well, not yet.
Okay. It's good. The other brand is good. Pre-workout supplements. I'm stoked for it.
It's exciting.
We were talking about, so that'll be announced later, I guess. It's a surprise for everyone.
Yeah.
You just broke 1,000 installed solar accounts that you personally have sold.
Blessed day.
How many people in the industry that you know have done that?
1,000. So 1,000. I crossed 1,000 in my career earlier in the year, but 1,000 at one company.
One company, though.
I just did, and I thought I was the only one, and I actually still haven't verified. But so I thought it was like the only one.
Yeah.
But then I had somebody else who was like, yeah, that's awesome. There's only a few people who have done it, and he was from Vivint Sunrun, and those are the guys that I'm like, I wonder if somebody before it became Sunrun. And those guys will fight me on like, hey, we've done 1,000 accounts. And I'm like, yeah, but has your paycheck came from the same place?
Company. Yeah, that's special.
Because Vivint Solar that got bought by Sunrun, sure, in your career, you didn't move companies. The company got bought. Totally get it. But your paycheck came from somewhere else. And that isn't a knock on those guys that have hit 1,000 between the two companies or 1,000 in their career. It just says something about like loyalty, hard work, longevity of the company that I work at.
Yeah, it says a lot about the company.
All of those things. And so I think they're I haven't verified it. The guy was like, I think there's 2 other people that hit 1,000 at Vivint Solar before it came Sunrun, but I haven't asked them specifically. So
that's amazing.
I'm still to find out. I could be 1, 2, or 3. I don't know.
But out of like 40,000 reps active in the industry, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Pretty special.
0.001%.
Really good.
Yeah. It's amazing, Ashton.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Guys, Ashton is the walking, talking, how to win friends and influence people of modern day. So he helped me run the SalesCon event that we hosted this last year. We had 250 people there. And Ashton,
it was awesome. Come again next year. We're going to make it bigger and better, baby.
Dude, your personal interaction with people, you win people over and everywhere you go. And so selling is innate for you. So you're a person I'd love to have here for people to study. And I want to make this episode specifically as much as we can on referrals, because you are a unicorn in that regard too. And I'd love to pick your brain on how you generate referrals in solar and how that can, I know those same principles will apply to multiple industries.
For sure.
But of your current deals, what % would you say that you sell came from or come from referrals?
Like right now today, 80+%, 75, 80+%, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has it always been that, or did it take time to ramp up to that?
It took time to ramp up to that. Yeah. When I first started doing the business, I noticed that 30 installed customers, I started to get a referral in the summer more frequently. And I was like, oh, maybe this is like a number. Once I have a certain amount of installed customers, then I'm going to start to get more and more referrals as time goes on. Yeah. And I think that is a magic number. And you can get to 30 referrals in a year, in 2 years, or in a month, right? Or 30 installed customers, I mean. So at that time in the summer months, depending on your market, you should get like 1 referral a week or every other week. Okay. And then if you get 60 and you get 100 installed customers, 200, 300, 400, 500. I've had weeks where I've had like 10 to 15 referrals in a week. And that's awesome. Not every referral closes, because it may not work out for them. They may think it's different. They may be shopping, and somebody else, they've got another friend that has a friend that is connected in solar or whatever, and they like him better, whatever. I don't know.
But if you're closing 70% of those,
it's
another 10 in a week. That's nuts.
Yeah. So I've got 1,000 people that are saving money every single month, all the time. Yeah. Right. And they got you in the back of the mind. Easy thing to talk about. So the key is to be front of mind with customers, and that's where some of my referral tactics are.
And so from what I understand, from what you told me a little bit about some of the tactics, and we'll get into it, Christmas cards and other things, but you're playing the long game with these people, not just the short game. Yeah. That's brilliant.
Yep. I'm playing the short game too, though.
Okay. So I want to hear, how do you play the short game to generate referrals on the spot? Yep. And then let's talk about the long game. Okay. But before we get into it, if we could geek out on numbers and stats, if you had a guess of those referrals you get, what percent comes from short game versus long game?
Ooh.
I would guess most come from the long game.
More come from the long game than the short game.
Is it like 60-40 split?
It's probably
70-30?
like 60-40.
Okay, so the short game's still a big piece.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's jump into it.
Yeah. And for the record, we talked
Yeah.
about this a little bit pre-show, and Nick was like can we dig into referrals? I'm like, dude, this is like a $10,000 training.
this
Like,
is
you should be paying me $10,000 right now.
I would vouch for that.
And I'm
I
like,
would vouch for that.
I don't know if I want to give all these things
There's a
away.
reason I'm asking. I'm asking selfishly. I love you guys, but this is not for you. This is for me.
But I'm happy to
I'll
share.
cut you a check in the
I'm
year.
happy to share. And I'll give away some good nuggets. The number one thing, well, two things. How to win friends and influence people. People want to do business with people that are good, that are nice, that are like people that they can connect
Trust.
with.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm always trying to connect with people from the minute I talk to them. And I think every other sales rep.
Yeah.
Right? But they maybe don't know how to do it in a deeper, more meaningful way than just like thinking like this is for money.
Right.
Like I sincerely knock on someone's door and I sincerely am like looking at them as they're now going to be one of my new good buddies.
I love that.
Every time. And this guy's got, a beard and he doesn't look like me and he's tatted up and I'm like, dude, this guy's got something so cool that I don't know that I'm excited to become buddies. Or it's a grandma that's got some cool story, or it's a midlife guy that like he's got different experience than me, and I'm like every single one I'm trying to actually become a friend with them because I want them to get to know me and I want to get to know them.
Right.
Like every single time.
I love that.
So as my approach goes there, then that plays into the short game and the long game, right? The short game, or the main reason people don't get referrals is because they don't ask for them. This simple, if I could give anybody any clue on how to get more referrals, is to open your mouth and say, hey, do you know anyone that would like to be da-da-da-da, or that would like this service, or whatever it is that you're selling?
Okay, so let me give you some opposition we've had with our company. So you're saying ask.
Yeah.
Now, what if people you ask and they don't give right away? Because I've done this.
Totally fine.
What's your go-to?
Yeah, like all good. So I found there's a couple different levels of customers.
Yeah.
There's people that will give you a referral on the spot. They've
Yeah.
been thinking about it the whole time you're
Yeah.
selling. They're like, my mom needs this.
Yes.
And they're a refer giver. They
Yeah.
just give.
You just got to ask for those people.
They're happy to give them. And then there's people that think about people, but they don't want to give them because they don't want to give anybody's number without their permission first.
Yeah.
And then there's people that aren't
Yeah.
thinking of anybody, and they need to make sure that it works. And when a truck comes up and they do the site evaluation, that's enough for them. Then they'll give a referral.
Right.
And then there's other people that they want to wait until it's installed. And then there's other people that they want to wait until it's installed and
bid out,
and
it's
it
working.
works for 3 months. And then there's other people that want to wait a whole year. I don't know who that person across the table is when I'm sitting with them.
Right.
So I ask as if they're going to give me the referral today.
Nice.
Every time.
That's smart.
And that's a small percentage of people.
Yeah.
But I ask for it every time. What happens a lot is I give them categories. I give them people to think about, and I narrow the brain. Like if you say, hey, do you know anybody with a red car?
No. Oh,
you're like,
okay.
And then if you're like, hey, do you know anybody that has like a red Tesla? Like, do you got any friends that have a Tesla? Maybe even like a Model 3? Do you know anybody with a Model 3 Tesla?
Oh, that's smart.
Is it red?
Okay.
Now your mind's starting to go down to like, oh, wait, no, I do have a friend that has a Model 3. And I don't know if it's red or not, but I could ask, right? And so if I ask them, hey, do you know anyone that would benefit from the service? Their mind is like, I don't know. And so I'll give them categories. Like, do you have any family that live close by? Like a mom, a sister, a cousin, anything like that? No, I don't have anything like that. Okay, well, my favorite people to help are school teachers and nurses, and people that bought a house, like a new move, just recently bought a home. But school teachers and nurses, I love them because
why do you say that?
They do all the work and they don't get all the pay.
Oh, I like that.
That's a
core
sincere
thing. No, I
Ashton
believe
thing.
it. I believe it.
So some people are like, I love first responders.
Yeah.
I love military people, right? But I really do love helping nurses and school teachers because they don't make enough money and their hearts are good. So those are the people that I am trying to help my customer.
And they're like, oh yeah, actually
narrow their focus down. And they may be like, oh no, I do like. And I've also found that those two people are really good referrers.
Interesting.
Nurses
and school teachers.
Get yourself a nurse that signs up. They're going to talk to all their nursing buddies. No joke. And so and teachers the same. They love saving a buck, and they'll talk to everybody in the lunchroom, about the solar that they just got that didn't cost them any money up front.
I like that.
So there's some strategery with that too. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm narrowing that down. If they're like, no, I don't know anybody, then I'll give them more categories. Well, what about first responders? Do you got anybody? I love military, retired military. Do you know anybody that has done this? Da da da. And I'll continue to try to narrow their brain down to help them, and then they may spit out something and they may say a name. But I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. The reluctance.
I can't tell you anything about them, or I don't want to get their permission first. Like, totally, okay, noted in my head or in my notes that Nick said Samantha.
Okay.
So the next time that I talk to Nick, when I'm following up, how did this site evaluation go? Or you got any questions within a 48-hour
Do you do this with everyone that you sell?
Mm-hmm.
Question for you. So I train my people to do this, but then leverage systems in other people. Have you in your career ever used or thought of using another person that you've trained to do this for you, the follow-up for you?
Yes, I've thought about it. No, I've never done it.
I know it's more
Why
personal
not?
because you're going to get max efficiency. Like you're going to get the best results from it, and there you have the relationship.
Yeah, because I have the relationship.
Yes.
I'm trying to be their friend. When I pass it off to somebody else that's not their friend, that didn't connect, not that the likelihood, actually I would say I think the likelihood of the referrals go down.
I would agree.
Because it's not me asking for it, it's some assistant.
Yeah.
And they're helping me that just became their friend,
Yeah.
but not like directly me. So it's easier to tell the other person like, oh no, I didn't talk to Samantha.
I like
So
that.
I've toyed with a whole bunch of different ideas on how to tweak it, and part of it is it's time intensive and it takes extra thought. And some people are like, I don't want to spend that time.
Yeah, but
and I'll just go knock on another door, which I'm like, yeah, but you're going to knock on a lot more doors than it would have taken you to just build this relationship.
Yeah, 100%. And then if you're organized and you have a list of these names and numbers, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like in 15 minutes a day, I've always preached this, 15 minutes a day to do follow-up or stuff like this. Like I've landed almost a deal a week selling solar just from 15 minutes a day of like texting people.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because of a list where I had names and numbers of prospects that, they had to reschedule, they fell through the cracks. Oh, they're out of town, they're back in a month. And normally I'm like, I'll forget this person. Throw them on a list. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then put a date by there where to reach out.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you want to hear a crazy story?
Yeah.
I've done this twice. Follow up with me in a year. No, you don't really need a year. No,
Shut up.
follow with me in a year. I can't do
We've
this.
all had, you guys know we've all had
Yeah.
this prospect.
Follow me.
You're like, come on, bro.
I've got all these projects. I've
Do
got
I
all this
have
stuff.
Do I look that desperate?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to do that.
You did it.
And I'm like, all right. And I'll say to them, you probably have never seen
Damn.
this before, but I'm going to put you in my calendar a year from now, and I'm going to come back. And then I've gone back and I've knocked on their door, and I've said, hey,
Son of a
I've
bitch.
done my pitch. And then they're like, no, we're not interested. And I'm saying, oh, Jan, do you remember me? You told me to come back in a year. I was probably wearing a different shirt.
Shut up.
And then they're like, wait, yeah, no, I do. I'm like, have you ever had somebody actually follow up in a year when they said that they would?
Wow.
No, I never have. Well, that's what you're going to get with me.
Dude.
Let's go get your bill. Let's go do this now because you're going to get good service from me because I came back in a year.
That's savage.
Signed them up. Solar on the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be in it for a year.
You'd sell me.
I'm going to be in it for a year.
I'm sold.
I might as well do that, right? I might as well have a system that like reminds me, and in that I'll put lots of notes. I'll put the name, the address. Told me to come back in a year. Liked softball.
Where are
right?
you
So
storing
that I
this?
could-
Are you using spreadsheets? You using a binder, physical? Or are you using a CRM?
I should have brought I'm an old school guy. I
Look
have
at that.
Paper and
Me
pen.
too,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Me too.
Paper and pen.
I
And
did.
then
I did
have-
both though. I did both
do
in digital.
I've got a list on my phone that's like a hot prospects list, and I'll comb
Same.
through my binder and see. I'll bring people forward that need to come forward, and I'll cross people off that.
The time for me was the weekly planning. I would go through who's a hot prospect, who's a cold.
Yep.
For me, hot is you're on my calendar and you're scheduled. Cold is anything else. Sometimes there's lukewarm, like, okay, I know they're going to get on, but they're not on.
Yeah.
But I went from hot prospect to cold prospect to like, they're on my calendar prospect or you're not on the calendar prospect. And I had 2 lists. It's a game changer.
Cool.
That plus weekly planning.
Yep.
And then that 15 minutes every day. So it was like 8:45 to 9 a.m. Send out texts.
Yeah.
It's easy money, dude.
Connecting
It's
people.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just one little habit.
Yeah.
You know?
That goes a long ways.
It does. The best salespeople, they did the DISC test. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
They have the dominance, they have the empathy, and then they have basically the S and the C are basically they're really organized and structured. Okay, and dominance is like it's like the ego of like I'm gonna win. It's a bull mentality. It's a lion mentality. And the empathy, you are 10 out of 10 on empathy. You have the bull too. But that's you're amazing with people. You understand, but you love people genuinely. You actually care. You want to see them better off. But then they also have the organized and structured, systematic. Okay, and if someone has all four, they're usually lights out.
Yeah,
they're usually some of the best salespeople and become some of the best leaders. Have the potential for leadership and entrepreneurship. So what we're talking about here, guys, if you're like, oh, I'm not or these are developed skills. You're not born with those.
The organization bit is not me.
Yeah.
It takes me a lot of effort.
But you do it.
To do it. Yeah.
You do it.
And I know that I need to put effort into it, and I know that it's important, and I know that.
That's awesome.
So there's some things, there's nature and nurture, some things you're born with, and everything you can develop.
Yeah.
Right? You can develop playing the flute.
Yeah.
You don't come out of the womb like a professional flute player.
Of course.
Maybe you have some tendencies that are good towards that, but like you have to develop things. So
Love it.
if you can be good on all those, which no one's a 10 on it. Maybe people are 10 out of 10. I don't know on each of those things. But if you can be, you're powerful.
Dude, so let's go back to referrals. Okay, so number one, ask everyone.
Ask.
Because you don't know what prospect. I love how you illustrated that. And then you said it gives specifics of like narrow it down for them.
Yep.
What I've talked about, I've seen the psychology of like you ask and there's like a pressure to respond within a time, but then you talking about ideas also. The psychology is not just you planting a specific thing, which is powerful, but it's also the sense of you're easing pressure for the ask by talking like, hey, what about this person? And in the time that you're asking for that, or like giving the examples, it's giving them time to process without pressure. Because when we're thinking, oh, I need to respond in 3 seconds, 5 seconds, no, I don't have anybody. It's the pressure. Yeah. And so taking the pressure off, just this person, what about this? Like they have a Tesla. I love first responders. Actually, I was just talking to Billy Joe, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know what? Boom. And you give them the 7 seconds to think, process, boom, you got it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a form of persistence, pleasant persistence, that can get results. So we talked about those. What else is critical?
So
short-term success for
in the short term, I'll do more things. So if they're just not giving me anything, I'll narrow it down a bunch of different times. Soccer moms, I'll just keep narrowing it down. If they're like, I got nothing,
and you're still doing this
in the closes after I've signed them up.
Yes.
So another thing I'll do, I'll backtrack. I'll give you the phrase that I use. Okay. Part of if I'm a friend and I've connected. Yeah. Friends want to help people. One of the things about referrals is I think that people don't get them enough because they don't ask for them enough, and they maybe didn't connect enough to be like a friend. Like, I want to help you. Yeah. We're friends. And you want to help me because we're friends. And now if I've signed somebody up, like you and me, Ashton and Nick, right now, right? We want to help each other. And if now you're a customer and I've taken you from being a customer, never met you before, to the end, we're like friends. We're chopping it up about your trip to Hawaii and how you went off this cliff, and I had a similar experience in Montana and whatever. We're friends now. My friend wants to help me, right? And I want to help my friend. And I'm actually helping my friend by giving him this service because it's better than what they currently had. So I've done some. So reciprocation, when I am talking about, like how I bring up referrals, I say, our company goes to market lots of different ways, just like lots of people. There's we could do TV ads, there's radio, there's social media ads. There's all the different ways that you can go about the business. We're knocking on your door, right? We had guys come over and knock on your door. I would much rather slow down in my speech. I would much rather talk to your friends and family than be beat in the street. It's 32 degrees outside. I'd much rather talk to your aunt or your cousin than be hoofing it out there. And then in the summer, in the summer months, when it's 100 degrees out there and I'm sweating like crazy, guess what I'd rather do? I'd much rather talk to your friends or family. And so we know that's the best way that people go to business, to go to market. And we actually give you a referral bonus. It changes every 3 months, but right now it's X. And so if you've probably thought of 2 or 3 people as we've sat here that have thought, oh man, my cousin or my mom or my sister or my friend would be a good candidate for this. Have you thought of 1 or 2 or 3 people as we've sat here? Do you got any?
I can't think of anyone.
A family member close by. So what I've done is I've
like it.
that's like me role playing it.
Yeah.
I'm now making them feel empathetic for me. Oh yeah, it would suck.
So
to
you're
knock
playing
on
you're
doors.
playing on reciprocity and likability, which is a powerful combo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's huge.
To be out there at 32 degrees, that would suck. Yeah, I should find him somebody. Who should I find him?
So you've created the friend, and then you're leveraging the two big levers of reciprocity and likability.
Mm-hmm.
That's massive.
And then
I like it.
and then I'm asking for it, right? So now
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
they want to help me because
Okay.
I've painted this like I slow down. We'd much rather be talking to your friends than beating the street.
Yeah, I like it.
You know?
Are you talking about how like, hey, I actually feel like I'm your friend now? Are you actually saying that to them?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's
They
just
know
the
it.
feeling. Yeah. I like it.
So I paint it that way. Then I ask for it, and I narrow it down. And then if they're still not giving me anything, then I still coach them more. Like the referral. When I was giving this training to one guy that did pay me a lot of money for it, he said, he's like, dude, what I'm learning is that this is a sale within the sale.
Yeah.
The first sale
of
is
course.
signing them up. The
Of
second
course.
sale is getting them to give you a referral.
And second money is what I call it.
Yeah. Second money. So if they're not giving me anything, I'll say, well, do you work right? Yeah. Okay. Where do you work? It's the such and such place. Okay. Do you see other employees and like other like coworkers at work? Like, oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, listen, this is how usually what happens is you'll go and you're like, hey, what'd you do last night? Or what'd you do over the weekend? I want you to say this. You actually ask them, like, how was your day? What did you guys do last night? You started, okay? Because then what's going to happen is your coworker is going to say, well, what about you? What did you do last night?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to say this. So last night I sat down with this guy, Ashton, super cool, looks kind of like Patrick Swayze. Like he's like just like a nice guy.
Okay.
And he, we ended up signing up for some solar with him. And I'm so glad we did. You need to do it. You guys own your house, right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to connect you with him. I'm going to put you and him in a group text, you, him, and me in a group text, because you should do it. You should sit down with him. Oh, no, I don't want solar. No, listen. You guys, it's something that you should do, okay? And then they're going to ask you a lot of questions about it. And you just say, Ashton knows it best. So let me put you in the group text.
Yeah.
And you be the messenger, not the message.
Yep.
Let me be the message.
I like it.
But put us in their group text, and then we'll get going.
Dude, it's funny. I had the most success with my referrals doing the exact same thing. Very similar philosophy. Build a friend. Like I'm leaving out there. It's like there's a connection. It's like it's yeah. And then I would coach them. What you're doing is you're coaching the client,
Coaching them.
saying, hey, this is what's going to
Yep.
Here's the objection you're going to get. So I'm good. And I'm coaching them. Hey, don't worry about selling them on the solar or the utility. Just say, talk to Nick. I would coach them and say, hey, look, do you love your friend? Okay. You're convicted on it. Do they own their home? Okay. I don't know if it's going to be fit for all these reasons, and I'm transparent as I was with you, and I'll show them actual people that I turned down and said no to. I did this. I tracked it, and I had paper copies. Showing is powerful. And I say, hey, look, I can't guarantee I can help them, but I would love to, right? Now, I don't need you to sell them. All I need you to say is
Talk to Nick.
Talk to Nick. About what? Don't worry about it, Billy Joe. Just talk to Nick. Dude, I literally had a client that did this verbatim. And then I got a phone call, and they're like, this must be really important. And I'm like, it is. When
That's
are you available?
amazing.
So it works.
That
yeah.
works.
But I'd say most of the time they're not going to like, dude, come on, cut the fluff. What is it? And it's the same thing. Like when you're talking to a spouse and like, hey, honey, do you want solar? Like, no.
Right.
Like, no, do you have a sec? You got to kind of inject yourself and coach them a little bit.
Yeah, this is how it goes. The other thing I'll say, if they are like, well, I don't know if I want to be in a group text or whatever, I'll coach them on how to give me the referral.
Nice.
So I'll say, hey, listen, when somebody, instead of giving them my name and number, what I find to be best is to put us in a group text. If you don't want to do that, all good. But instead of giving them my name and number, text me their name and number. 100% of the time when I get somebody's name and number, do I call them? 5 or 10% of the time when somebody gets my name and number, do they call?
Yeah.
And so tell them I'm going to give Ashton your number, and I'll have him call you, okay? And so I'm coaching them up on that as well.
Yeah, because group text intro, they're not always going to reach out, like rarely. Like if they do a group text, the other client might just leave it on red.
Yeah,
Sometimes they will.
Yeah, whenever they do that, so here's the thing I do on that is I'm always cracking jokes, or I'm cracking jokes of like, I can't believe we're both friends. But most of the time, I'll say, if they put me in a group text, I'll say, hey, John, aren't me and Nick so lucky to have, or hey, John, we are so lucky to have Nick be our friend. What a good dude.
Nice.
By me building up their friend,
Yeah.
that shows
That's cool.
them.
It's like we're a team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
wow,
it.
this is a really nice guy. He's
That's
like
cool.
telling, or if it's a mom, like, you
Yeah.
raised such a good daughter.
That's cool. Yeah.
She loves you.
You're on a
I
personal.
cannot wait to meet you because of the way that she talks
That's
about
cool.
you to me.
Yeah.
How does she feel?
Oh,
Now
yeah.
she's totally going to respond.
Oh yeah. She's gonna
Right?
respond and she's gonna listen
She's
to
going
you.
to be like, wow, okay, yeah,
She's
cool.
getting panel
This
the
is
roof.
great.
I love that, man. Dude, I've won over people through likability and transparency, like build the relationship and be raw. But part of what's helped me was just in the sales part. Like you outline the foundation. You're like, Nick, it's the foundation for all the success is like, I want to build friends. I want to love people, help people, right? Same thing for me. Like that's a foundation. We could take all the tactics, but if you leave that core out, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
So take note, guys. The core is love people.
Yeah.
Make friends, real friends, actually care about people. Okay. Love solves a lot of problems, including your sales problem. But dude, just by being transparent on some of the cons and like telling people like real stories of like, hey, I wouldn't do it because in solar, this is the beauty of solar, is there's ways to screw people. Some guys do it unintentionally, and there's ways to really protect homeowners and change them, you know. And there's things to be transparent on, you know, like savings on. You don't have to tell them everything, but for me, instead of like telling them the ins and outs of a dealer fee, I tell them this much is going thrown away to the bank. You know, you're going to throw away $16,000 to a bank or whatever, right? You're throwing away $96,000 in utility at the same time. I've got no problem telling you about the dealer fee, you know.
Yeah.
And I use comparison, contrast, showing them a picture, but for transparency. And then I do this over and over throughout the sale, telling them all the cons. And then, so we talk about cons, convince. And they don't just convince people, but you really win them over. It's like, I can trust this guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's not here to just make a buck. And dude, I don't know if I told you this. My 2 years ago when I was ripping out here doing 30 plus a month, 200,000 a month, I had a goal to every home I sold, I noted down the 30-year savings. And then the home equity gains, I put all the network change tax liability if they invested it into real estate with me or whatever. And then I would track all that, every single deal. And then I would track the commission too. But I made a goal. I was so obsessed on the value, and I knew I get paid in proportion to the value I bring, right? In a Point Hill.
Right.
And I'm like, what if I know I'm really convicted if I can tell my clients how much I'm making on the deal. My goal was say, I'm making $8,300 on this deal. Dude, I did it on every single job.
No way.
And I noticed the trust was through the roof.
Wow.
Referrals happen, a lot of things happen. I'm not saying people need to do that. Obviously, it's the next level. It's not needed. That's not like you're not omitting things by not telling people what you make. I don't believe that. But it was kind of like a test to myself. Yeah, like an experience and experiment of the power. Because I tested with dabs. And I'm like, one time I was just like, you know, I'm just going to tell them, you know, because they were so convicted. And I told them what I was making. They're like, yeah, it makes sense. I was like, that would just work. I did it again. Did it again. So that transparency is powerful. Cons convince people.
Yeah.
Because people are so used to a world of just appeasing what you want to hear.
Right.
It's a breath of fresh air when you come in. You know, my approach was instead of I used to butter people up when I first started selling. I was pure rapport. Now I came into decrease time and save time. I'm like, hey, if the average guy closes a deal in an hour and a half, I'm going to see if I can get that down to 50 minutes. And that allowed me to get more leverage, sell more, higher volume. And I went in just guns blazing, like, this is the law of the land.
Here's all the reasons not to do this.
Yeah, I talk them out of it, and I go in with authority, facts, numbers, straight to the point, no sugarcoating. Your loan's going to be $36,000. You're paying $96,000. They both suck. This has big black panels on the roof. There's a loan. I'm like, and they're like, all right. He just showed his cards. I'm like, cool. Now, if you want to kick me out, it's great. And they're like, no, take a glass of water, you know? So, yeah, people love that,
That's
dude.
so good.
When you take that approach. And then I've learned this too. I know I'm derailing here, but when you show people who's a fit, who's not a fit, I don't care what the product is, Ashton. I did a selling coach, and I sold was $150,000 in my 18 days of coaching. First time ever selling it. Okay. And net was I making. When you show people who this is a fit for and who it's not, and you show people who's not a fit, they try to sell themselves that they are a fit. It's not just a play on reverse psychology, but it's a form of transparency and trust as well.
Interesting.
So, for example,
Because
like
people want to belong.
they want to belong.
If you're showing like, these people don't belong.
Yes. Yeah. And so And when you try to tell people what they should do, what do they think innately? Oh, why I shouldn't.
Yeah.
And so when you tell them like, hey, same thing in recruiting, like, I don't know if this would be fit for this, this, and this. You tell an A player, I don't know if it's gonna be a fit. They will tell you, well, you must be effing deaf.
Right. Did you not see me? You know what I just said?
And so prospects will do the same thing. But it's, again, the difference between manipulation and intent, though, or manipulation and influence is purely one thing. It's intent. So the intent is the core. If it's just and it's clean, it's good.
Yeah.
But when you tell people, hey, this is not a fit, like in solar, if your roof is, I have it outlined. If you make less than this much in tax liability, I do it to protect the homeowner. Okay, I'm not doing it for sales psychology secrets. I've noticed this as a byproduct, it works.
Yeah.
If your roof is too, this orientation is off, if there's too much shading, if you have less than 4,000 kilowatts a year, it's not going to make sense here in Utah. If you're moving in a year, I had, if your credit's under 670, if I had all these variables, if your age is over 70, right? Like I had all these variables to protect the homeowner. And I'm going through this checklist, and that's not what a salesman does.
Right.
They
tell you all the pretty parts. You're going to like this, or you're going to like that, you're going to like this.
Hey, if your electrical panel's outdated and you have your bill's under 70, that's too much. It's not going to make sense, you know? And it's that lean out, lean in principles. You lean out saying, hey, I don't need this, like this, this, and this. I'm trying to look for reasons to disqualify. They try to qualify.
Yeah.
So huge hack, guys, take that. I use it to sell coaching. It works. I get on a call. I'm like, let's just get right to it. And I knew the avatar one. I didn't want a guy who, made less than a certain amount of money. And great marketers do the same thing. They're pull back. They build you up, tell you a story, build the pain, and through the storytelling, they tell the solution innately, right? And then they do a pullback. If you're making less than 100K, it's not going to make sense. But the ad is targeted to those people making over 100K. Same thing in this.
Yeah.
So it works. Selling coaching doesn't matter what you sell.
Love that, dude.
Like if somebody's walking.
Cons convinced.
Yeah. So anyways, okay, let's go back. Short-term strategy, referrals, audience probably dying to get back to it. What else do you have on that short-term strategy? Or is that
so short-term? The other times that I will ask for the referral is when I'm following up them before an install. So in solar, I believe that people are going to like do it or not do it within 48 hours. After you've left the house and the emotion's gone, they're actually truly deciding if they're going to do it or not within 48 hours. So I try to make a touch point within 48 hours of them signing up, either a phone call, a drop by, whatever I can.
I like it.
And at that point, if they didn't give me anybody, or if they're like, I'll still think about it, I'll talk to them. Hey, the guy came and did the site evaluation. Sometimes you have questions. Most of the time people don't. Or do you have any questions on anything we talked about? No. Okay, all good. And hey, have you put any more thought into somebody that I ought to talk to? I would be so grateful. Is there anybody that you've thought about? No, I still haven't thought anybody. Ashton. Okay, all good. I'm gonna ask you again another time, but just be thinking for me, okay? I'd much rather talk to your friends than be beat in the street.
I like it.
Okay, so I'm informed of that. Or if you told me about Samantha, I'm gonna remember. Hey, did you have a chance to talk to Samantha? When we talked, you said you thought about Samantha, but you didn't want to like give me your information, which I totally fine. Have you guys connected? Have you talked to her?
Nice.
Right? Because I'll remember. I'll put it in my notes that Samantha was a part of the conversation. And I don't do it every single time I'm following up and talking to them, but I'll bring it up periodically.
Okay.
For sure, the day of install or right after install,
Nice.
when I follow up, let's get some other people on this.
Nice.
And then I didn't bring it up earlier, but sometimes I'll reference other people that have done really well with referrals. Hey, listen, I had this lady that was doing daycare.
Social proof it.
That she got 26 referrals, and she quit doing daycare because she's like, I can just refer my friends and make money instead of dealing with snot-nosed kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So she got, thousands of dollars because she was referring all of her friends. So
love that.
And then in my sales process, even before in the sales process, I'll reference that people give us referrals. When you look at our reviews, one of the reviews says that they didn't get the referral bonus fast enough, and if that's the worst that we're doing, then we're doing something right. By me saying that, what I'm planting is that there is a referral bonus and that they should give me referrals, right? By saying that in my sales process. So that's all short term. The long term play is building a relationship, connecting with people on the long term. So
okay, yeah, let's change gears and talk about that. That was gold. I love that. Okay.
Long term, what I'm trying to do is be front of mind with my customers all of the time. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I knocked on some people's doors and became Facebook friends with people knocking doors they didn't even sign up before. I've done this a couple of times where I'm more on Instagram than Facebook, but like 10 years ago. And I became Facebook friends with these people, and they're seeing my posts. They're seeing my family. They're seeing who I am. And anytime I can become Facebook friends, or if somebody follow me on Instagram that's grandma and has 100 friends, every time I post, guess who they see? I'm always popping up.
Nice.
Every time they get on their social media, there's Ashton and his family. There's Ashton doing work. There's Ashton working out.
Nice.
There's Ashton.
It's
right?
top of mind.
Top of mind all of the time with these people, okay? And then one of the things that I've done on my own social media, I've told people to do it, that everybody should do, is they should send a Christmas card. I send Christmas cards. This last year, I sent 1,750 cards
Oh my gosh.
out. That's a lot of cards.
Yeah,
1,000 to my customers, about 50, 75 to potential customers, a few hundred to people in the industry, a few hundred to networking contacts. So people that are in mortgage brokers, real estate agents, other business professionals that I've networked with and met and become friends with. The Benita Optimist Club that I'm a part of, I'm sending them a Christmas card. And it's a picture of me and my family. And then on the back, it's an update of me, my wife, and each of the kids, and then a message about Jesus and hope you have a great Christmas.
Nice.
In that, though, in every single time, it's a tax write-off, but in every single time I'll say in my update, Ashton enjoyed traveling here. He's been doing some training. He's been doing some coaching. He's been speaking on these stages. He's selling solar still. And by the way, if you have a friend that needs solar, his number is, I'll give him my cell phone number on the thing, and then they'll either, every single year I have a couple. And I meant to bring it. And I thought I had it in the car, but I did not have it in the car.
Those letters.
But I took pictures of a couple letters, Nick, and I'll read one to you, the one that I think is like the coolest one.
So this is a letter from who?
This is a letter from a customer.
From this was a few years ago, right?
That emailed me, or that they wrote me like a letter. Hello, Ashton. Back in 2015, you came to our door and sold us solar. 2015. This is 11 years ago. We love it still. Every year, you send us a Christmas card, and there have been many years. Yours is the only one we receive. Talk about front of mind. Talk about like, wow. I met this guy, a door-to-door sales guy, and now we're friends, and he's sending me a Christmas card. The only card they got. Thank you for your dedication. And even if we are on a bulk mail list, in quote she put, we still feel special. Then she said, we are still happy, loyal customers. This is my first year sending you a card back, but I hope to do it every year. May God walk with you and your wife and bless you guys tenfold.
Dude, you need to frame that. That's like the hallmark of great salesmanship.
Yeah.
That's like the icon of true salesmanship.
Have I got a referral from this lady? No. Is there a good chance that I will at some point?
Yeah.
Yes. And even if I don't,
look at the good.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. She's feeling great. Yeah. That made me feel so great.
Absolutely. She hasn't gotten any Christmas cards, and you're that one, you know?
And I was that one.
That's special.
Yeah. And I think it's becoming a rarer thing.
It is.
People
I would
will
agree.
send a picture or digital, like, here's our family photos, here's our Christmas card. Didn't get around to sending one. And that's totally fine. No judgment here.
No, this is just next level.
But this is a next level way for you to build friends and influence people.
Dude, I would say, especially the demographic over 50 years old, they'll really appreciate Eat it up.
Eat that up. Yep. So 2 other cards that I got. I got another card from a lady that said, hey, will you send your Christmas card to Barbara? She doesn't live here anymore. She moved in 2019.
Wow.
I've lived here since then. So this lady's been getting my card for 6 years, watching my family grow up, watching like all these things, and then finally decides to write me back. I'm going to write her a letter and say, hey, I'm happy to keep sending you a Christmas card. Isn't it great seeing this cute family grow? I don't know where that'll ever go. Yeah. Right? Maybe it'll go nowhere, and I'm spending $100 or $150 every single year on this person. I don't know, $2, whatever it cost me. And then I had another text from a lady saying, hey, Ashton, are you still in solar? Like, yeah, this was from one of my business networking groups, right? So not a customer, but somebody that I've been sending a Christmas card to for probably 8 years. And she sends me a text and say, "Are you still in solar?" Like, "Yeah, I'm still in solar." I was like, "Oh, great," because I am a personal chef, and I take care of this guy's house, and he wants solar now, and you're the guy. And I, texted back, and I kind of was like, "Yeah, I mean, you better warn him because he's going to get a Christmas card from me till I die, and whatever else." And so she's like, "I know. I told him you're the best." I've sent her 8 cards. That's cost me $16.
Yeah.
And some time.
Yeah.
And my return this year is going to be thousands of dollars.
That's amazing.
Right?
Look at that.
So being front of mind with people, sometimes it's becoming a Facebook friend.
Facebook.
Sometimes it's sending a Christmas card, a birthday card. If you can find out people's anniversaries.
That's good.
If you can find your customer's anniversary and text them on their anniversary before they make their Facebook post about their spouse and their marriage, that goes so far. If you find out people's birthdays. Just connecting with them.
I remember reading that in one of the books. It was, I think it was Zig Ziglar or Brian Tracy or someone was talking about that. Like if you can remember, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah, there you go.
Talks about birthdays. He talks about
yeah.
remembering people's birthdays.
Yeah.
Yep. I've had people that have sent me messages back like, "Bro, I don't even remember my own anniversary. How did you do that?"
That's awesome. Yeah, that's special.
And it's all just this paper and pen, right? In my phone, in my calendar, repeat every year. Don't ever end, and then I'll connect in that way. So, trying to be front of mind with people. If you send out newsletters, I try to send out a newsletter like at least halfway through the year, so they see my family and my face in the middle of the year, and then they also see us again during Christmas, and then they see us again middle of the year. So, they're seeing a face if they're not on social media following me, and I haven't texted them because I don't have their birthday or their anniversary or something. At least they're seeing me again.
Yeah.
And that stuff goes, like I said, it goes a long ways. Every year, from my Christmas cards, it cost me a few $1,000s and a bunch of time to put stamps on. I have my kids. There's another tax write-off. I have my kids do it, and we pay our kids, and the kids,
I love it.
That's a tax write-off. But if done properly. So it costs some time, but I get 3 or 4 sales from it every single year, and it totally pays for itself.
Oh yeah, the ROI is great.
So much. Yeah.
So that's those 2 of the top 2 for the long-term Christmas cards and Facebook friends, social media. That's awesome. What if somebody were to have the objection, tell
birthdays,
you
anniversaries.
Okay, so those 3, yeah. If somebody said, "Hey, Ashton, I don't want people to follow me on social media because I'm worried about whatever," what would you say?
All good. Figure out other ways to be front of mind. Like, what are other ways you can be front of mind with them?
I like it.
Do you need to send a newsletter every single month?
Right. No.
I mean, if you're not on social media, if you're not,
there's other ways.
How are you going to be it so that they see you?
I like it.
When my customers on social media, like again, especially these grandmas, they'll follow me and they post or they comment, and I get a DM from them. I'm like, this is amazing. They're going to see me all of the time.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
All of the time.
I love that.
And I'm just going to be front of mind for them all the time, and they're going to be happy that they've got their solar. Now, does that always work? No.
Of course.
I had one guy that he must not have understood how the program worked, because he was retiring, and at the time the utility company limited us to 10% more offset, so we couldn't go to 120% or 150% or 200%. The utilities fluctuated, so I gave him as much as I could, and he crumpled my Christmas card in a letter and sent it back to me. He was like, "Hey man, like, I don't want to hear about your great life and your family, and like this has not helped me at all. In fact, it's helped him a ton, because of all the power that he got. If his 2 aunts moved in with him, and he thinks he can use unlimited power. Like, you can't. They're not unlimited, man.
Yeah.
And I gave you the best I could. It wasn't like I was trying to like hose you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I not give you more panels and make more money?
Yeah.
Of course I would love to have done that, but I was restricted. So anyway, he wrote this like letter, and Ashton wants to go back to his house. I know where he lives. I know his name. I know everything.
Yeah.
And just be like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. Like, let me explain my side of the story." And I haven't yet. I still have the letter. This is from a few years ago. But I've also I took him off the Christmas list out of his request.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I wish I could connect with this guy and help resolve some stuff. So it doesn't always work. It doesn't
Yeah.
always, some
But
people
more times than not, a lot more.
more times than not.
Like
Yeah.
100x more.
Yeah. And let me say one more thing about asking for referrals. So
Yeah.
sometimes people get nervous. They don't want to ask for the referral because a referral can get unraveled if they talk to somebody and they're like had a bad experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if it was wrong
Yes.
or bad. I had a referral chain of 5 people that unraveled because I kept asking for referrals. I sold a guy who referred me to a guy who referred me to 3 people. Sold them all.
Okay.
The last person goes and talks to his friend.
Sold him another
And
company.
his friend's like, "Oh, you shouldn't go with them. That's bogus. That's
Yeah,
bad. That's not
that
good.
can happen.
You should do mine. It's better."
Yeah.
Da 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 da. He goes back to the
It sells
friend
all, yeah.
that referred him, and that guy was like, "Oh, wait, that is better."
Yeah.
And the 2 other people that I referred,
Bandwagon it.
done. Goes back to the person that referred him.
I've had
done.
this happen.
All of them.
But
Gone.
what I've noticed is that this is very rare.
It's so rare.
And it can happen, but it's not the upside to the game is it's literally like 100x.
You make way more asking for the referral,
Yeah.
even if you're going to have that 1 or 2 off
Yep.
that unravel the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're better off to ask for it.
I think some people are afraid too of the prospect getting unsold by their friends or family. Like, did you get scammed? Like, or no, or like, do you know what you're getting into?
Yeah.
I've seen that happen too. But again, it's rare. It's rare, and you get a lot more gain than you do from the loss. You know.
Yeah. Ask
So,
for it. Don't be afraid.
ask.
You're going to lose some deals.
Ask
You're going
everyone.
to get a lot more deals because you ask.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Ask, add value, love, and serve. You know, a lot of your long-term strategies is top of mind, and then just showing love and updates. I love that.
Yep.
Huge. Do you need to take this marketing strategy now and do it for higher level stuff now?
With this,
Yeah, so for the next business for you.
there we go.
You know,
Yeah.
for this pre-workout, it's all marketing. This is all high-level marketing that you're doing.
It's true. It's true.
This is amazing, Ashton. Thank you, bro. Guys, I know this brought you value. This brought me tons of value. Recap on the nuggets here. Ask, and then get specific on the ask. Okay, and get on like details like the Tesla job titles, and then you're coaching them on how to talk to their friend. You do group text intros, but you ideally want their name and their number, and then that's and then-
Following up with the next couple of follow-ups, asking, is there anybody else? Have you thought anybody? Referencing a name if they had a
Yep.
name before.
You're leveraging likability, reciprocity. You leverage social proof by telling the story about the person with the 26 referrals.
Yeah.
So they quit working. That's huge. So, and then the long-term strategy of being top of mind, Christmas cards, anniversary, birthday cards, Facebook. That's awesome. I always joked with prospects like, we got to be Facebook friends, and some of them they used to, but you actually do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It
Ashton.
works. It works.
Does. It does. Well, guys, take the lessons. Ashton, thank you for the time, bro.
You're welcome.
It's been amazing.
Hopefully this helps a lot of people.
I know it will.